Come closer, my child. Yes, sit here beside me. Let the warm lamplight touch your face, and let your heart grow quiet. Tonight, I want to tell you a story from long, long ago, back when the world was slower, softer, and full of gentle people. A time when life was not counted by clocks, but by sunrise, by the smell of rain, by the songs of birds, and by the laughter of neighbors. This story is about a man everyone in our old village loved deeply. A potter, yet not just a potter. He was a teacher, a philosopher, a healer of hearts, and a creator of beauty. His name was Master Kavi. I was just a barefoot boy then, always running across dusty streets and fields. But every afternoon, I ran only to one place, his workshop. Ah, that workshop. It still lives in my memory as brightly as a firefly in the dark, a small mud hut, patched with more love than clay. Inside, sunlight poured in through two wide windows and fell on shelves filled with wonders, pots, bowls, lamps, tiny clay animals, figures of gods and goddesses, little birds, and strange shapes that looked like dreams given a body. The air held the sweet smell of wet earth, and there, in the center, sat Master Kavi, his hands brown from clay, his beard silver like moonlight, and his eyes calm enough to silence storms. Whenever we children arrived, he never asked why we came. He simply smiled, wiped his hands on a cloth, and tapped the ground beside him. We would all sit in silence, holding our breath, watching him place a fresh lump of clay on the wheel. The wheel began to spin, and the world slowed down. His hands moved gently, slowly shaping the clay. And as the clay rose, he would begin to speak to us. Children, he always said, clay listens, clay remembers. If you rush it, it breaks. If you force it, it cracks. If you love it, it becomes anything you dream. I didn't understand then. But after living many decades, I know those were not lessons about clay. They were lessons about life. Among us was a boy named Rohan, quick to anger, quick to tears. One evening, he grew frustrated because his pot kept leaning sideways. His face turned red, his hands shook, and before we could stop him, he threw the clay onto the floor. "My pot is ugly," he cried. "I can't make anything right. This clay hates me." We all froze, waiting for Master Kavi to shout. But he didn't. He stopped his wheel, cleaned his hands slowly, and looked at the boy with eyes full of kindness. "Do you know," he asked softly, "how many years it took me to make my first perfect pot?" Rohan shook his head. 45 years, Kavi said with a quiet smile. We gasped. 45 years? To us, that was older than time itself. He gently placed fresh clay before Rohan and said, "Why should your hands do in one day what took me a lifetime? Be patient, child. Beauty needs time." That day changed the boy. He picked up the clay again slowly this time and shaped it with trembling hands. It wasn't perfect, but it was his, and he smiled. Life went peacefully until one terrible day, one I will never forget. It was the morning of the spring festival. Every house needed tiny clay lamps to honor the harvest, hundreds of lamps. Master Kavi had worked for months making them. But as dawn broke, the air grew strange. Birds hid, the sky turned dark, and suddenly, a storm crashed onto the village with the fury of a wounded beast. Thunder cracked, winds tore roofs apart. Rain poured like the sky was breaking open. Kavi's workshop shook violently. Clay pots rolled off shelves. Finished lamps shattered. Freshly shaped ones dissolved into mud. By the time the storm ended, his entire year's work was destroyed. The villagers gathered around his broken workshop, worried and helpless. "Kavi, what will we do now? The festival starts tonight. The festival starts tonight. We need lamps. There's no time left." Kavi stood still, staring at the ruined clay, His strong hands trembled, his eyes glistened with tears. For the first time, we saw him broken. Then, from the middle of the silent crowd, a small voice rose. It was Rohan. He stepped forward and said, "Master, teach us. We will help you make the lamps." One by one, children stepped forward. "We want to help. Teach us, Master. We can make them together." Kavi's shoulders shook. He closed his eyes, breathed deeply, and nodded. "If your hands join mine today, we may yet save the festival." And so began the greatest clay mission our village had ever seen. Mothers kneaded clay with their strong hands. Fathers fetched water from the well. Elders carried firewood. Children shaped lamp after lamp under Kavi's guidance. "Do not rush," he said. "Feel the clay breathe. Let the wheel guide you. Shape gently, gently." The whole village worked as one big family. 1 lamp, 10 lamps, 100 lamps. But the sun was sinking. The lamps needed to dry. There was no time. Then, as if the sky itself heard our cries, the clouds parted. Warm, gentle wind swept through the fields, perfect for drying clay. The lamps dried faster than any we had ever seen. By nightfall, we had enough lamps for the entire village. And when darkness arrived, the miracle became complete. One by one, the lamps were lit. Small flames flickered like stars scattered across earth. The village glowed. Songs rose. Children danced. Laughter filled the air. And Master Kavi. He sat among us quietly, tears running down his cheeks. I asked him why he was crying. "These lamps," he whispered, "are the brightest I have ever seen. Not because I made them, but because we made them together, with patience, love, and unity." That night, under a sky glowing with clay lamps, Kavi gathered us close and said words that have stayed with me for a lifetime. Clay is life. If you rush it, life breaks. If you force it, life cracks. If you blame it, life slips away. But if you give it time and work together, life becomes something beautiful. He squeezed our hands and smiled. That was all. And now, my child, as I sit here with you, watching the lamp flicker the same way those clay lamps did long ago, I pass this story to you. Because whenever you feel rushed, or angry, or lost, remember the potter. Remember patience. Remember unity. And remember that even ordinary hands can shape extraordinary dreams.